We start with that earthquake that shook the East Bay today. The 4.3 quake struck just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. It was centered in the hills east of Danville and Blackhawk. It was followed just minutes later by a 3.5 aftershock. We have team coverage beginning with KPIX 5's Juliette Goodrich live near the epicenter for us. Juliette?
Well, here we are, a lot of people talking in this area, asking the question, did you feel it? I've gotten so many responses ranging from, yes, it was a jolt, to no, it was just kind of a rolling motion, and others said, what earthquake? This was Gracie's first earthquake. She thought it was a truck rolling through the hardware store.
I was upstairs and I was just chilling up there, and the TV was shaking, and I wasn't sure what was happening. It felt like one of our machines were like driving through the store, which I know isn't true, but that's what it felt like.
Melissa works at this Tassajara vet clinic and was on the phone at the time.
It was just a roll, like literally that's all it felt like. It didn't shake or anything like that. It just felt like the ground was rolling. So.
Did you stay put or did you get under the desk?
No. No, I was on the phone, so I was here.
Did the person you were on the phone with feel it?
Yes, they did. That was funny. Her dog barked in the background.
In Dublin, the School of Imagination evacuated due to the quake. They credit their bi-monthly earthquake drills to how efficiently they evacuated. And here's what it sounded like from our reporter's home surveillance camera near the epicenter. Some felt it.
We were at a job site in a house, and the house shook, and that was it. Yeah.
What did you do?
Kept working.
You kept working?
Of course.
You knew exactly what it was, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Rattle your nerves? You seem pretty low-key.
We live in California.
I was probably in the post office and I didn't feel a thing.
How about your dog? Did it give you a warning?
She was whimpering, but she does that a lot, so I don't think so, but it's possible.
Inevitably, there will be another one, a bigger one. So we better keep prepared, right, Dave? That's right.
Are you prepared?
Pretty much, yeah.
And what does that mean? What does prepared mean?
Plenty of food, stashed up dry goods in the garage, plenty of water, emergency medical equipment, those kind of things. Money stashed away in certain areas so you can grab cash and run with it.
So he's prepared. The question is, are you? Now, we've had the warnings in Southern California, have seen what's happened there, and now the subtle warning here. But there could be the next big one, and it is time to prepare. In the East Bay, Juliette Goodrich, KPIX 5.
I'm Andrea Borba at the U.S. Geological Survey in Menlo Park. Scientists here do not believe that this earthquake and its aftershocks are the start of a swarm like we've seen in the past in the East Bay. The epicenter of today's earthquake on the Greenville Fault was just east of Blackhawk. It's a fault line not as famous as the San Andreas or even the Hayward, but has produced moderate earthquakes in the past.
This fault is a little more quiet than the other ones, but has experienced magnitude 5.4 and 5.8 in 1980, so no stranger to moderate-sized earthquakes.
The strike-slip fault moved about 5 inches, 8 miles deep. USGS scientist Ole Kavel says he believes this earthquake will follow the standard pattern of main shock, followed by a series of aftershocks. He says unlike the earthquakes in Ridgecrest, this doesn't appear to be a precursor to a larger shake, though there is a chance.
It's about a week after the earthquake itself, in the vicinity of the original earthquake. After that, the probabilities go down to much smaller numbers and decay to near zero after that.
The USGS measuring equipment says right at the epicenter there was probably 5 to 10 seconds of shaking and likely no damage. The Greenville Fault is a subsidiary fault of the San Andreas and has the capability for larger quakes.
So the Greenville Fault, because it's limited in its length, probably can host about a 6.9 or so at its largest event. There's some suggestion that it can link up with nearby faults, in which case the area that slips becomes larger and therefore the magnitude of an earthquake can become larger also.
Now, the USGS has seismic equipment about 3 kilometers from the epicenter of today's quake. They say they are getting some very good data about the behavior of the Greenville Fault from today's earthquake and those aftershocks. Live at the USGS in Menlo Park, I'm Andrea Borba, KPIX 5.